Hello, my friends. I am your friend Kevin, and this is not only the Divine Daily Blast, but it's also a tarot reading for the week ahead. Before I get going, happy solstice. And for those of you that were born under the sign of Cancer, happy birthday, because the sun moves into Cancer today, and we're in the first quarter moon, and we have the summer solstice. Actually, already began at the time that I'm filming this. Happened at when was it today? Let's see, 4:24 in the morning Eastern time, which is back. So we're already in it. I like the summer solstice because it's a day that we get the most sunlight. I don't like it because we start edging towards the winter solstice and those daylight hours get shorter and shorter. But I digress. Let's get right into today's Divine Daily Blast, shall we? We've got a new Divine Master in the form of Mother Mary, and we have a new angel activation in the form of Archangel Ariel. We'll get to those in a few moments, but let's get into where we are. Angel numerology number 10-1, big dreams, new beginnings. The 10, the 0 at the end of the 1, is all about divine intervention, divine acknowledgement, and divine influence, if you will. Energies, this kind of energy is where one thing or situation or story is completely finished. And there's a divine reverence for being present and awake to the pre-dawn of the next stages. It's the cycles, the spirals, pre-dawn of a new chapter, new energy, new life, right? Sort of like imagining the new moon after the dark moon. Now, if you're into tarot, pull out the Dreamer and or the World card as your guides and work with literally God the Creator, God the Divine for this particular day. Now, we have the summer solstice, which is really quite dynamic in itself. We also have this 10-1 angel numerology day. We've got the wonderful influence of Mother Mary as well as Archangel Ariel. So there's a lot of things happening, lining us up for something huge and great, even if we're not really sure what that is. The healing energies being in the air as the sun entering Cancer marks the beginning of the Cancerian season. And as we've said, the summer solstice and the first quarter moon. The emphasis here is to be kind to yourself as well as other people and practice gratitude. What are you grateful for? Grateful for your life, grateful for the day, grateful for what you know, grateful for what you're gaining, grateful for what you're seeing, believing, achieving, and the things you're moving towards. My isms: aim high even if you miss. I am divinely guided and protected, and I believe in my own magic. I lovingly speak positive words into reality. Now, these are affirmations. You may not be anywhere near where this is, but begin to continue on that pathway for bringing in more light, bringing in more love, practicing spirituality. You know, I'm often curious when the guides and the cards and the divinations say, keep up your spiritual practice. My underlying subliminal message to myself is, well, I thought I already was. Just my own personal thought about that. Message from the Life Purpose Angels. We can help you gain clarity on your purpose and guide you to move confidently and swiftly in the right direction. Your affirmation from them is, I am clear and focused on my life purpose. I confidently move forward toward my destiny. Now, we don't always know what our destiny is. We tend to follow passion, joy, love, truth, honesty, fun, things that light us up and make us feel good, we follow all of that. I don't know that that can be wrong. Let's talk about Mother Mary, shall we, for a little brief moment. Obviously, Mother Mary is followed by many people. She's a miraculous encountress. She's filling us with divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful, she says. Now, Mary, being the mother of Jesus, in her time was a simple woman with a divine mission to bring sacred love into the world. Now, at the time of her death, she was assumed into heaven by the angels, and it's for this reason that Mother Mary is considered to be the queen of all the angels. Her presence magnetizes the energy of miracles and the presence of angels. And one of the most important lessons of Mary's life was when Archangel Gabriel brought her the message that she was going to be the mother of Christ. And when Gabriel, or Gabriel, depending on which way you want to say it, when that angel appeared to her, she heard the message, "Do not be afraid, for I am an angel of the Lord." Now, this wasn't necessarily telling her not to be afraid because she was having a spiritual vision, more not to be afraid of being this powerful. Mary's experience reminds all women, men, children, that it's safe to be powerful and gifted, particularly those who don't feel like they're safe to be powerful and gifted. She's now dedicating her life in the non-physical to spreading this message. She's also the leader of a group of angels dedicated to world peace. Are you getting all this message? You know, if you're having spiritual visions and miraculous encounters, you're not to be afraid of your gifts. They're God-given. They're here to help you remember who you are and where you've been, what you've been doing. And if you've been wondering about this spiritual significance of certain encounters or experiences, know that this main message that the universe is trying to get to you is that you're not on your own. There are both physical and non-physical people entering and exiting your life in order to move you on your path of destiny. Some goodbyes and farewells are more challenging than others. Many of them are quite easy because we're going towards what we want. Your psychic and spiritual abilities have been awakened by some sort of shift in your life. This could not have been an overwhelming, challenging or emotional moment, but it has set you on the path and a reminder that you can heal and help other people in the process. Angels of peace are here. They're here now to guide you on your way to harmony in all aspects of your world. I think that's pretty significant. Now, Archangel Ariel this week, as the Archangel activator, comes with the affirmation, "Thank you, Ariel, for guiding my sacred mission to heal and be healed." Whenever I have experienced great growth, it seems to have come with some kind of consequence, some kind of forfeit, something that had to be let go of that I didn't necessarily want to let go of, but it was necessary. And then after the fact, I get to realize, well, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. Case in point, had I had a job I loved and absolutely adored, had it not come to an end, I would not be on a trajectory to do something else that showed up right around the same time. It happened again during the pandemic, when we were all locked down, shut in, told that we had to stay distanced from each other. I got bored and fed up and decided to dig deeper into spirituality. It led me to doing these divine daily blasts every day. There's now well over 2,100 of them, trouncing towards 2,200 every single day. And had we not had a pandemic, I probably would still be teaching 8 to 10 hot yoga practices a week. But things do have to come to an end, and we're in that process now, more on a global level. These wars that people speak of, the crumbling of the old order, is making way for something new. It's making way for more kindness, more love, more acceptance, more charitable energy. I'm hoping you're getting there. Louise Hay today says, I am a radiant being. Others feel safe and warm in my presence. And here we see, looks like 2 rainbow lorikeets. I'm not really sure if that's the exact birds. But angel lories, just these stripy birds, they could be rainbow something or another, who knows. Gorgeous, radiant beings, quite safe, quite secure, and warmth in the presence of each other. Now, I'm going to get to the reading with the tarot in a few minutes, but today's card happens to be the Page of Pentacles. Now, pages in the tarot deck are all messengers. They bring us information. They gather information. They pass along information. And in this picture, piece of art by Ciro Marchetti from the Mystic Palette deck, we see our Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins, Page of Earth, just grounded in the love and the beauty of nature. We have raspberries, toadstools, a tortoise, a fox cub, a red squirrel, a garland of flowers or wreath of flowers in the hair, the energy glyph. All of this is going on. And the Page of Pentacles is representing new beginnings, financial opportunities, and the excitement of learning. As a card of manifestation, it's signifying that a practical seed is being planted. We're being encouraged to embrace the mindset of being the diligent student, focusing on our goals, and putting in the foundational work that is required to succeed. It's about new adventures, financial news, studiousness, ambition, skill building, manifestation. This is being both grounded and curious all at the same time, taking the first practical steps towards a long-term goal. Now, flanking this as a bonus card, we've got the 2 of Wands, yin and yang. You see this hot and cold, blue and red, and they're both staked in the ground, with what looks like the tree of life winding up through these wands, coming out of the forest floor. The 2 of Wands represents a crucial moment of planning, decision making, looking forward to the future. The bridge between having initial spark of inspiration and actually taking the action to get there. And this card is encouraging us to step out of our comfort zone, weigh up all of our options, and confidently map out the big next move. It's significant. A critical phase of vision, contemplation, strategy planning. And it comes after the burst of initial creative inspiration set up by the Page of Pentacles. Ciro Marchetti reimagined the classic Rider-Waite symbolism, adding layers of interactive storytelling in the form of this page and all the animals. And in the form of these wands and the 2 dragons and the blue and the red coming together, which actually together makes purple. The architectural environment of his artwork allows the message to fly up off the page. So you get the message for today. the sun, moving signs, encouraging us to aim high, to be divinely guided, to work with Mother Mary, to not be afraid, to believe in our own magic, to lovingly speak words into reality, being clear and focused on the life purpose. You're getting it. Being radiant, being warm, being friendly. This is the energy that's going to guide us forward. And let's see if our fairy friends can give us a blessing that ties all this together. And you know that they will. You know that I've now come to realize this is the easy part of doing these daily blasts, because I don't really have to think. I don't really have to do a whole lot. Lay the cards and tune into that sacred channel that brings the information quite clearly, quite lovingly, quite kindly. Well, I'm just going to choose that card. Balance. Yin Yang. So this is the scales. Being grounded by the earth and being connected to the non-physical, all at the same time. To me, this card in this image is the master alchemist of yin and yang. So as above, so below. As within, so without. All right, my friends, in lickety-split time, I will be back with the tarot reading for the whole week ahead. See you soon. And so here we are, my friends, here to project forward using the tarot. Now, I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Mystic Palette Tarot deck. And how I work this is a spread for the week ahead. What's going on each day, all the tarot influences for each day. Now, when I come back and do my daily blasts every day, I'll bring the card into that day's reading. The meaning doesn't necessarily change. However, it emphasizes, corresponds with, or confirms what the moon phases and the other cards bring to the table. Doesn't necessarily change what that card's definition is. Now, in a traditional tarot spread that I'll do, whether that is the Circle of Life spread, whether that is the Celtic Cross, whether it's a 3-card spread, whether it is a life, work, family spread, it depends on the position of the card and the context with which the reading is coming from. These are just tiles and tools that allow us to get a little insight into really what's happening, the energetic focus. I'm hoping that makes sense to explain my purpose in it, what I bring to the table. Now, we've talked about Sunday just a minute ago, so we'll move those over. I haven't intentionally pulled bonus cards, but this is the 3rd week in a row where a bonus card has popped out. So I'm beginning to see how the divine, non-physical friends are influencing this by saying this is the card that flanks the other ones, that influences, that brings a little bit of emphasis to the other cards, if that makes sense. I see many online psychics and card readers kind of withholding their process, withholding the reason why they do what they do. And I think that without a purpose, or without an explanation, or without a justification as to why they put this card down, it seems like they're shooting blind. And I don't want to criticize people, but come on, why'd you use the cards you use? I like this particular deck because it jumps out from the card and there's a lot of detail in it, so it gives me a story to work with. And the tarot, major and minor arcana, they are all about the story, the purpose and the intention in the story. Major arcana cards, big life changes. Minor arcana suits the daily activities. All right, just a bit of a lesson for you. Let's start with, well, we've done where Sunday is. Let's go into Monday. Now, on Monday, the moon moves into Libra. and it's a sign of harmony and partnership. So lots of people will be more open to the negotiations on Monday. Who do you need to charm and who do you need to hammer out a deal with? On Monday is an angel numerology number 2 day. Faith, diplomacy, keep going. Everything's working out just fine. You're on the right path. That kind of energy. We've also got the 6 of Pentacles right here. Or I should say, yeah. The 6 of Pentacles in the Tarot is about giving, receiving, generosity, fairness, balance, resources. It's a representation of the reciprocal flow of wealth, time, energy. Whether you're in a position to help other people or you might be fortunate enough to receive assistance from other people. Generosity and charity, you may be in a period of financial stability or abundance. This card encourages you to share your wealth, your knowledge, your time with those who need it. Receiving support, if you're struggling, this card can bring a positive omen that help is on the way, money's on the way, things are coming. All your baskets of fortunes are full. Do not be afraid to accept assistance or to ask for a loan, a rise, or even ask for the time of a mentor. That's what Monday's tarot message is all about. Now we're moving into Tuesday. And on Tuesday, we've got the moon still in Libra. Let me move these cards over a little bit so we can get to what Tuesday's message is. And whether or not you believe in fate, something might come out and play on Tuesday. It's something that definitely has destiny written all over it. Because under the Libra moon, some things are meant to be the way they're meant to be. Now, it's a number 3 angel numerology day, so that means that your non-physical relatives who've passed into spirit are around. The divine masters are around. A good day, a 3 day is a good day to connect with them. We've also got this Fool, or in some decks called the Dreamer. And the Fool tarot card number 0 represent new beginnings, limitless potential, taking a leap of faith. It signifies a blank slate and urging you to embrace the unknown, trust the universe, and approach life with a sense of childlike wonder, optimism. Be adventurous on Tuesday. Now, there's multiple layers to the Fool card predicted on this particular image, including a large portrait and a subtle tattoo on the figure's forehead right here. It's depicting a journey. The primary and most important journey on the Fool card is seeing walking away from theatrical performance. In this particular instance, right here, we see the Fool walking away on his journey. However, the general picture is lifting up out of the earth, lifting up into the clouds. And in his hat, he's got the sun and the moon and all of these different images saying, no holds barred, we're going for it. He even got the Fool card in his hand, even got his trusted, loyal companion, the Scotty dog. And then in this little image in the middle, it's got the Scotty dog. So the card in this deck may lack a title, might lack description. It might lack any other verbal details. That's to show you that you're not boxed into any tradition. You're not boxed into any line of definition. It's encouraging you to use your intuitive interpretation. But it's also encouraging you on Tuesday to think, act, work right out of the box. Anything goes on Tuesday. Do it, do it, do it. Now Wednesday, which would normally be up here, but I already had a lot of cards on that top deck, so I'm going to move it down here. But we can also move that. Just move all these along a little bit. There we go. On Wednesday, we've got the Sun card. In many events, this is the most powerful, one of the most powerful cards of the tarot deck. The moon is moved into Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars and Pluto. With the moon now in intense mysterious sign of Scorpio, it's a great day to have a meaningful conversation and get to know someone on a much, much deeper level. Use the energy of the sun. You're getting the lineup of this going on Wednesday, midweek. Also on Wednesday, it's a number 22 angel numerology day, which does reduce to a 4, but it's also called a master builder. Anything is possible because angelic guidance is all about you. The Sun card represents boundless joy, success, vitality, and it's widely considered one of the most positive cards in the deck, bringing themes of clarity, energy, optimism, self-confidence. Whether you pull it upright or reverse, this Sun card promises that warmth and good fortune are on the horizon. Now, this Ciro Marchetti image takes the traditional imagery on a much deeper symbolic design. It's featuring a hand facing downwards, the palm down, and a unique variation from the artist's earlier editions. He's basically holding the Sun card up like a set of keys. And we've also got all the planetary alignments, and it also looks like the zodiac clock, if you will, pointing at all the signs. So everything's lit up on Wednesday. And moving on to Thursday with the King of Wands. It's a number 5 angel numerology day. Change, adventure. Go after it. The moon is still sitting in the sign of Scorpio, and there are good energies around for love, money. There's also a lot of confusion in the air because the Scorpio moon does that. It's mysterious. Do your best to be super clear when communicating with other people today. The angel numerology number 5 is about changes coming up, navigating them, have an adventure with them, being interested in them. I would say really on Thursday, be very curious. Very curious. Now the King of Wands, this one, represents the ultimate tarot archetype of visionary leadership. He's all about charisma, bold actions, representing the mastery of fire energy. This card is signifying a natural born leader who commands attention, turns ambitious goals into reality, and inspires others through magnetic presence rather than force. He's one of those people that you can't help but pay attention to what he's doing, not so much what he's saying. And it may seem that this King of Wands is, oh my goodness, what is he up to now? We need to go be curious about what's going on. Why is he doing this? That is the energy of the King of Wands. Fiery, bold, without limitations. Now, if we put this card with it, our bonus card, we can see that we need to work with both attracting and opposing forces. This is why it makes it interesting, which is why on Thursday, curiosity needs to be the key factor. Number 5, angel numerology, the King of Wands pushing things forward without force, just deliberate confidence. And then there's 2 of Wands kind of giving you that arc of balance. But we've also got mysterious Scorpio working together. Do you see what I'm saying with these messages? They are multifaceted and multi-layered. Friday, whoopsie-daisy dido, here we go. Now on Friday, the moon moves into Sagittarius. The moon is in introspective Scorpio for the most part of the day before it shifts into Sagittarius. So it's a perfect time to look within yourself. Check in, particularly with yourself, to make sure that you're not holding a grudge against anyone else. Life is too short. Now look, we've got this card, which happens to be the 7 of Swords. Deceit, trying to get away with something. The eagle or the hawk acting like a magpie. taking more than their fair share, wondering if they could just grab these other 2 swords while they're at it, but still struggling to hold up these 5. You're getting it. You're understanding how things are going. Now, the 7 of Swords represents deception, strategy, being stealthless, self-preservation. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's depicted by figures sneaking away with 5 swords while glancing back at the 2 left behind. Well, this one similarly has this hawk doing it. It's about deception and betrayal, strategy and planning, selfishness, cutting corners. My friends, on Friday, you need to be careful with your shadow self. You need to be careful of other people that may be exhibiting their shadow self. Dot your I's, cross your T's, get grounded. Work with the best respect and integrity you possibly can. Move on to Saturday. I'm not sure I like the 7 of Swords, but I have to say, you know, life is not a bowl of cherries. Every once in a while, we have to look at some things that are like, whoops-a-daisy, Dido. Right, on Saturday, the moon is still in Sagittarius, and the energies are building as we move towards the end of the month. There's an abundance of confidence in the air and enthusiasm under the jolly Sagittarius moon, so tap into those vibes before the month ends. Now, it's an angel numerology number 7, which I think is a magical number. Focus, magical visions, making good choices. 7's about not overthinking, not pondering, not procrastinating, not second guessing, but using the magic of the number 7 to move you forward. Now, in this card, we've got the Ace of Swords. I'm going to bring in our bonus card, because this is about mental, mind, ideas, thinking. And being an ace, brand new ideas coming. Brand new trajectory coming. Seeing things in a new light, maybe. But we've got our Page of Pentacles, so this is all about the financial. All about where your budget is. Can you afford it, and do you need to go borrow money to get it? The Ace of Swords is an ultimate card of mental clarity, breakthroughs, truth, pure intellect. Has the element of air, so it appears when the fog lifts. It signals a powerful, ooh, ah, aha moment. Fresh perspective. Green lights, if you will, to execute well thought out plans. Breakthroughs, clear communication, truth, new ideas, mental sharpness, and being decisive. It encourages you to use your head instead of your heart. The Page of Coins saying this whole week is all about your finances, being grounded in your money, balances, checks and balances, new beginnings, and the energy of the sun coming up towards the middle of the week. So, my friends, I'm hoping that this brings you love and clarity, wisdom and truth, and all those good things. Right, let me know in the comments what you think. Until next time, thanks for liking, subscribing and doing all you do. Bye for now.